Hey, boo, hey. Oh my gosh. I almost missed talking to you today because my favorite reaction channel on YouTube, they usually react to movies and trailers, but also shows. And they just started reacting to Bridgerton. I watched the first four episodes, right? So their first video was episode 1 and 2 of season one, and then their second video was episode 3 and 4 of season one. And I was just like, I was taken back to the magic of it. I literally remember where I was when I first saw Bridgerton, the first season, back in was it 2020 around Christmas? I want to say because I remember being with like seven other girlies at my friend's house in Mexico because that's where I was living at the time, Playa del Carmen. And we had made a hot chocolate bar. We had all these toppings, all these different types of hot chocolate, like peppermint sticks and sprinkles and marshmallows. And it was all laid out so beautifully. And we snuggled up and they put on Bridgerton. I'm like, what is Bridgerton? I I'm pretty sure this was December 2020. And we watched the first episode, and I think we were hooked. I think we watched one more episode, and then I went home, and it was after midnight, and I watched the other six episodes straight through. And ever since, Bridgerton has had my heart. Like, I love season one so much. Like, it was just crazy. I've watched season two, I've watched Queen Charlotte, but I have not seen season three or season four, which season four just came out, and I think it's only four episodes out. I think they should have four more coming out if the past seasons are any indication. So, yeah, I just finished watching season one again. I watched episode 1 through 4 with the reaction channel, and then on my own, I got on Netflix and just watched the other four episodes of season one on my own in two x speed, of course. But it's still time, no matter how fast it goes. It's still time, and I'm just like looking up, like, oh, I gotta talk to you today. So my rejection, not reaction, my rejection challenge. So I have some updates. Okay, so one, remember the other day one of the things I asked for was a refund of my $200 deposit. I got it back with the quickness, so happy for that. Like soon after I talked to you about it, shortly thereafter he sent it back. So I got that refund and no love lost there. So if I want to join that program in the future, I can. So that's great. Maybe next year. And then I haven't heard back from the other girl who owes me $600. So, I'll give it a couple more days and then I'm gonna have to mark it as a rejection. Okay. And then what else? What else? What else? Oh, apply for two part-time things. I was like, oh, this is so interesting. I'm looking at the notes. One with an operations specialist for an influencer marketing agency. And so I was like, that's interesting because it's really like I have experience in a few different areas. Right. And it's so interesting when I come across positions or roles that call for multiple different areas because you usually don't see it. Like, well, maybe in startups or very small operations, you'll see it a lot, right? When you get into a small business, you'll be doing the thing that hires you for, but usually I'll end up doing a bunch of other stuff because they just need things all across the board. But usually in their job post, they'll ask for one thing. This one had a combination of a few things that I actually know how to do, right? And so I have 5 years back when social media marketer was not even a position, right? I did social media marketing for 5 years straight, 2012 to 2017, and all that jazz. Selling through social, organic, back when you could just blow, you could make one sentence post on Facebook and make sales. Like it was so easy back then. Um, but yeah, and so it's a combination of social media marketing and project management operations, right? So I have operation experience. I've done that a lot as far as project management, team management, and systems management, right? And then I also have social media marketing background. And so this is really interesting to me. I've never worked with an influencer though. Like my clients have been coaches. So they're online coaches and they do have platforms on social media that they market through, but they offer coaching services, not just influencing services. And so I'm really interested to see like how that would play out. So hopefully hopefully I'll get an interview just to learn more about it. I read up on the company and everything, and it sounds really, really interesting. But I love to speak to someone who works there. But if I don't, if I get rejected, I'm not mad at it. Oh, it's so funny. Uh-oh. I thought I dropped something. Okay, I thought I dropped something. I saw a TikTok yesterday where this girl said, you know, be careful with the 1,000 rejections challenge, right? Because, the girl, I think it's Gracefully Gabby. She kind of made her post announcement a few months ago, and that kind of inspired a bunch of other people, including me and my group, to do 1,000 rejection challenge. But she's getting 1,000 rejections on her own. Like, I don't think she has a time limit on it, but she's going after 1,000 rejections by herself as a singular person. And I'm like, girl, more power to you. But this TikTok I saw from a whole different girl, she said, be careful with the 1,000 rejections challenge because she did it back, I think, in 2023 and 2024. And she got like 500 yeses, she said. And she said, are you prepared for the opportunities you're going to get? And somebody in the comments said, well, just because you get an opportunity doesn't mean you have to take it, right? But I'm like, well, if I ask someone for a job and they say yes, it does mean I don't have to take it, right? They could say yes, but I imagine too, if I'm reaching out to people and asking them for things like, can I be on your podcast? Can I host this trip, this travel trip that you're having? Can I be the host on the trip? Can I do this, that? Can I write an article for your website? I imagine if I ask someone for something, right? If I ask them for something and they say yes back, then I need to fulfill on that thing, right? And so that made sense to me that she said, she got about 500 yeses out of those 1,000 rejections, and she was not ready for it. And she ended up burning out. And I was like, ooh, I never thought about that part, right? And she's probably right because I think for the things that I've done, I need to update my tracker. But for the things that I have submitted for, I've gotten more yeses than I thought I was. I thought I was going to get a bunch of no's, but maybe if somebody else said something in the comments that made a lot of sense too, they said, you need to ask for more audacious things, right? And so I do want to pilot a helicopter. Maybe I can ask someone to take me on a helicopter ride or teach me how to, yeah, kindly grace me with their skills of teaching me how to fly a helicopter. But yeah, so being prepared for the yeses you're going to get. And I have experienced more yeses than I thought. And also asking for more audacious things. So, like, you dream big. You see that TikTok with a guy? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive, but I think he was on drugs. But anyway, he's in somebody's front yard saying you're thinking too small. You need to be thinking big, B. Okay, curse word. I'm not gonna say the curse word. But I'm like, yeah, I need to be thinking big and asking for bigger things. So I'm gonna think about that a little bit for sure. Okay, and then the other very part-time contract role I applied for. So that was the first one, was the operations specialist for the influencer marketing agency. And it says operations specialist, but it's actually social media marketing as well in there. And I have to do metrics reporting and documentation. So they actually want a lot. But it's very part-time and it sounds interesting, right? Like I said, I've never worked with influencers before. So I wonder how that will be. And then the other one is a operations assistant, like 5 hours a week to 20 hours a month. So it's very, very low hours, which is fine. But this one is more straightforward as far as quality assurance, systems and process optimization, and you got to know this tech stack. And that stuff is, I know that like the back of my hand. So I was like, okay, I can apply for this. It's no problem. And so, yeah, that is it. That is all. So we'll see what they say. Got two more rows in the books, and I updated my rejections into the tracker for our community, our group. So fingers crossed that I am one of the winners. The the host of this challenge, she's going to spin the wheel tomorrow and select a winner. So I'm hoping it's random, completely random. So I'm hoping that one of the winners. So I will let you know if I win. And yeah, I'll talk to you later, boo. All right. Ciao.